Coach, shootout win for you guys. I mean, given the way the early conference season was, I mean, how satisfying was it to see the team hang tough in a real offensive game on the road?
Well, yeah, just to, you know, defensively, especially we didn't get off to a great start. We gave up a lot of points in the first 10 minutes of that game at Augustana. It was up and down. And then we were able to kind of get some things fixed defensively to put ourselves in a position to win. Exciting game, back and forth for quite a bit of it. So definitely excited that we were able to make enough plays on the stretch to pull that one out. Thought a lot of guys played well. Usually when we have 4 or 5 guys in double figures, we're winning those basketball games, and had a really nice balanced scoring attack that night. And, I thought we executed pretty well, especially offensively, but then towards the second half, or the last 30 minutes, much better defensively, enough to kind of catch back up there after an early deficit and able to pull that one off. So that was definitely a good road win. Never easy on the road, so definitely satisfying anytime you pick up a victory, but especially on somebody else's home court.
How about the steps that Max has taken to become kind of one of your offensive leaders? Seems like he's very confident doing that each week now.
Well, he's pretty skilled with the basketball. Very, very good passer. He's leading the conference in assists, and I think he's in the top 15 nationally in assists as well, and a high assist to turnover ratio as well. So he's done a good job. He's really done that in spurts since his freshman year even. He's been really efficient with the basketball, shot a high percentage and taking care of the basketball, low turnovers, high assist type guy. But just continuing to develop, shooting it better than he has in the past from three, makes him difficult to guard, and really good at reading ball screen situations. So we rely on him quite a bit. It's no secret to make plays with the basketball, and he's done a good job of that for most of the year, and hopefully continue to improve at it.
Maybe you're not aware of this, but currently the team is actually allowing the least points per game of any team in our recorded history. How important has that been overall and recently?
Well, I think defensively you can kind of, you can do that with effort a lot of the time, and even if things are ugly offensively, you can kind of cover up sometimes just with that effort on the defensive end. And, I give a lot of credit to some of our guys that haven't maybe found their stride on the offensive end, and consistency, to still at least keep fighting on the defensive end. That's something we've been fairly solid at all year. Certainly some things that we can improve on. Certainly some things that we're continuing to take a look at. But if you can hold teams to, if we can play in the 60s, then we've got a shot pretty much no matter what you do offensively. And like I said, against Augie, we were pretty bad the first 10 minutes of that game defensively, and then kind of got it fixed. And the effort on that end from a lot of guys has kind of allowed us to hang around. Even when we had a little losing streak early in the year, we were hanging around in all those games and had a chance to win a lot of them. Hopefully we can keep that up and just tweak a few things to get to even better on that side, because I think we've been okay at that end. Even though the stat that you just mentioned is pretty impressive, I think there's definitely some things that we can do to be better as well.
With the defense, is it just effort, or is this something you guys changed tactically as well?
We changed a little bit of things tactically, but mostly it's just trying to just commit to making multiple efforts on that end and never being done on that side of the floor. Some of it honestly is probably we're playing a little bit slower offensively as well, so there's less possessions. But just trying to get guys to have a defensive mindset and really judge their game by how they're playing on the defensive end, not get caught up in the offensive side of it. And then just attention to detail in our scouting reports. We're pretty big on not letting guys get shots from their best position. So trying to defend the arc against shooters and take away certain moves from certain guys depending on what their strengths are. We've gotten a lot better at that. I think our league is a really skilled offensive league. It's a high percentage league, and a lot of guys that can make shots at a high clip. So you've got to be pretty good to get that done in our league for sure. And I think even though we've been playing better and better competition as the year goes on, and maybe our points per game has gone up a little bit, I like our growth defensively as we played better teams and kind of our attention to detail. So, Kobe Jackson's been a big part of that since he's been playing more. He's helped us defensively for sure. And then, but a lot of our other guys as well have kind of come along and figured things out and kind of been a piece of that puzzle on the defensive side of the ball too. And like I said, that can keep you in any game. So the last 6 regular season games we've got here, if we guard really hard and fly around on that end, I like our chances because we are coming along offensively a little bit as well, I think.
What can you expect with Winona State and Upper Iowa coming to town this
Yeah, and that's going to be a couple teams that are going to test us defensively as well for sure. They try to score quickly, especially Upper Iowa, put you in a lot of ball screen situations, shoot a lot of threes, both those teams. So we've got to defend the arc. I'm talking about defensive game plans. We've got to make sure we defend the arc against those two teams and win our one-on-one matchups, so we're not in constant scramble situations where we have to help and recover on dribble drives. So, but I think those two teams coming in really. Those are two teams that have maybe got off to a slow start, but are playing a lot better basketball here the second half of the season. So both of them are pretty hot coming in. I think kind of in the same boat that we are, where maybe we feel like we're playing better now than we were a month ago, and a little bit of a win streak until that last game on Saturday. So I think it'll be two really good basketball games and something that'll really test our defensive effort as well.
Coach, how did it feel to go back to Wayne State, see some familiar faces? And how do you think you've grown as a coach since you've been there?
Yeah, that in some ways it seems like it wasn't that long ago, and sometimes it seems like it was. And there's about 6 or 7 former players that I coached when I was there that were back for the game. So great to see those guys and just kind of catch up with what they're doing in their lives, and see some of the accomplishments that they've had. So that was fun. I just think I actually was thinking about that. You have a pretty long bus trip back when you play in Wayne. We're back on the bus for 8-9 hours on the way home, and just kind of thinking about a lot of the things that I've been able to learn. I learned a ton there. Really grateful to Rico Briquette for giving me my start at Wayne State College, and to Wayne State College as a whole. It's a lot of great people there, but just thinking of all the things that you've got to find a way to get better as a player, as a coach, and I think I've been able to do that since that point in time and continue to grow in some different philosophies and learn from different head coaches that I worked with after that and different assistant coaches since then as well. So anytime you go back someplace like that, I think it makes you reflect a little bit. So I appreciate that question. It's a lot of special people to me in that part of the country, and a lot of guys that I coached that I'm really proud of from there. So it was nice to get back that way. There's been a lot of stops along a career in a coach, and that's one of the ones that really is special to me. So I think it's one of those things where when you look back, we had our wins, we had our losses, but the relationships that you build are very special, and to see those guys come back to a game was really humbling and special for me. So appreciate a lot of those former guys being there.